I am 97 years old, and if there is one thing I need you to understand before it's too late, it's this. Almost everything you've been taught about time is wrong. They told you that you can wait, that you can fix it later, that there will always be another chance. I believed that for decades, and that's how I lost years I will never get back. Maybe you think it's still too early to listen to someone like me. Maybe you tell yourself you still have time, that your life is just beginning. I used to say that too. I said it at 30, at 50, at 70. The problem is, time doesn't warn you when it starts collecting the bill. Today I'm not here to tell you a beautiful story. I'm here to tell you what no one has the courage to say while you still have the chance to change. Because what took me 97 years to understand can change the way you live, starting today. Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal about time isn't comfortable, but it might save your life. There is a silent law that governs life, and almost no one notices it while they can still do something about it. Time doesn't take everything from you at once. It takes it little by little. It doesn't arrive like a noisy thief breaking down the door. It slips in quietly, sits beside you, and begins carrying away small pieces of your life while you're distracted trying to get things in order. You believe you're in control because you can plan the week, the month, the next year, but time doesn't operate on calendars, it operates on priorities. What you repeatedly postpone begins to slowly die. Dreams don't die from failure, they die from delay. Relationships don't end all at once. They wear down in the routine of, I'll deal with it later. Health doesn't disappear in a single day. It collects payment for every sleepless night, every accumulated worry, every automatic choice. The big lie we're told is that time is about quantity, that living long means living well. I'm 97 years old, and I can assure you, longevity is not the same as presence. You can live a long life and still fail to live what truly mattered. You can accumulate achievements and still feel that something essential was left behind. Time is not an infinite resource you manage. It is an impartial judge that observes your daily decisions, and it does not negotiate. Every not now quietly turns into a never again before you even realize it. Let me show you how I learned this the hard way. I was 42 years old when I received a phone call that still echoes in my memory. It was an ordinary Tuesday. I was at the office, buried in paperwork, deadlines, and goals that seemed too urgent to ignore. On the other end of the line, my wife told me our son had performed at school and asked for me on stage. I had promised I would be there. I always promised I would be there. But that day, like so many others, I said I couldn't leave. I'll make it up to him later, I said. It was the first time I saw something in his eyes that wasn't sadness. It was resignation. At that moment, I didn't realize the damage I was causing. I kept working, kept justifying, kept telling myself it was all for them. The house got bigger, the car got better, the bills were paid. On the outside, it looked like responsibility. On the inside, it was fear of slowing down and facing what truly mattered. I traded presence for provision, convinced I was doing the right thing. Years later, sitting alone in the living room I had helped pay for, I finally understood what had happened. My son no longer called to share his news. He had learned not to expect me. And what hurt the most wasn't the physical distance. It was realizing it began with small, repeated absences. It wasn't one big mistake. It was hundreds of seemingly reasonable choices. That's when I realized that time doesn't destroy relationships with explosions. It erodes them with postponement. It doesn't demand that you abandon the people you love. It only asks that you prioritize other things long enough. And when you finally decide to look back at what was left behind, you discover that time has already made the choice for you. For many years, I believed in an idea that sounds mature, responsible, and even admirable. First I build, then I enjoy. First I secure stability, then I rest. First I organize everything, then I live. That logic seemed unquestionable. After all, who doesn't want security? Who doesn't want to provide the best for the people they love? The problem is that I turned first into something permanent and later into a mirage. I thought I was being disciplined, but in reality, I was postponing my own life. I told myself that sacrifice was virtue, that presence could wait, that emotions could be managed like spreadsheets. I treated time as if it were elastic, as if I could stretch the years until everything was perfectly aligned. But time does not bend to your organization. It moves forward while you calculate. The turning point came when I realized that later does not arrive as an automatic reward. It has to be chosen in the middle of chaos, not at the end of it. There is no ideal phase where everything is resolved and you finally allow yourself to live. There will always be bills, problems, responsibilities. If you wait for the perfect scenario to start giving attention to what truly matters, you grow old waiting. So what you must do is reverse the logic. It's not about abandoning responsibility, but about stopping the use of it as an excuse to neglect what is essential. It's not about living as if there were no tomorrow, but about living as if today matters too. Time does not respect your intentions. It responds to your daily decisions. And the question stops being, when will I have time left? And becomes, what am I choosing to put at the center right now? After many mistakes and accumulated silences, I began to see certain truths that time taught me without asking for permission. They were not beautiful phrases from a book. They were lessons torn from moments when I realized something important had already passed. If I could organize everything 97 years have shown me about time, I would summarize it in 5 lessons that completely change the way you live. The first is simple but hard to accept. What you repeat becomes your destiny. It's not the big decisions that shape your life. It's the invisible habits. I repeated the phrase, "I'll deal with that later," so often that it became a pattern. Before I knew it, I had built a life based on postponements. If you repeat absence, you harvest distance. If you repeat neglect, you harvest regret. Time turns routine into results. The second lesson is that presence is worth more than performance. I was praised many times for my competence, my discipline, my ability to solve problems. But no one praises an absent father when he grows old alone. No one applauds the brilliant professional who has no one to share the table with. Time does not measure applause, it measures bonds. And bonds require real presence, not elegant justifications. The third lesson is that fear disguises itself as responsibility. I used to say I needed to work more, plan more, guarantee more security. Deep down, I was afraid to stop and discover that my value was not only in what I produced. Time showed me that productivity does not replace connection. You can deliver results to the entire world and still fail the people sitting right beside you. The fourth lesson is that the right moment almost never feels comfortable. There is always something out of place, some uncertainty, some risk. I waited for stability to begin living with more intention, and when stability finally came, I had already lost opportunities that never return. Time does not wait for you to feel ready. It moves forward while you hesitate. And the fifth lesson is the hardest of all. No one will protect your time for you. Society will demand more. Work will ask for more. People will expect more. If you do not consciously decide what is truly a priority, someone else will decide for you. And when you realize it, you will be living a schedule that was never truly yours. These 5 lessons did not come from a single mistake, but from a sequence of small, repeated, almost imperceptible choices. Time did not punish me all at once. It simply respected what I consistently placed first, and it will do the same with you. There is a silent trap that almost everyone falls into, and I lived inside it for decades without realizing it. It's called just a little more. A little more effort before I rest. A little more money before I slow down. A little more patience before I have that conversation. It sounds harmless, even responsible. But that logic creates a cycle where what truly matters never makes it onto your calendar. The mistake isn't working, planning, or striving to grow. The mistake is believing that what truly matters can wait indefinitely without consequences. I told myself I was doing the best for my family while postponing difficult conversations, simple moments, and decisions that required emotional courage. The price didn't come the next day. It came years later when I realized some bonds had already loosened too much to be tightened again. The irreversible cost of time isn't just getting older. It's losing the chance to live certain seasons for what they are. You don't get your child's childhood back. You don't relive the energy of your 40s. You don't return to fix an absence that became a pattern. Time doesn't offer replays. It only offers consequences. The greatest illusion is thinking you'll notice the exact moment you've gone too far. You won't. By the time you realize it, the distance has already been built in silence. And then you understand it wasn't one great tragedy that caused the loss, but small concessions repeated in the name of something that seemed urgent. If you keep believing there will always be room to fix things later, time will accept that decision. It doesn't argue. It simply turns your priorities into concrete reality. And the question that remains is simple and uncomfortable. What are you postponing today that may not be available tomorrow? If you put everything I've said together so far, you'll realize the real lesson isn't about aging, it's about choosing. Time is not cruel by nature, it is consistent. It amplifies whatever you decide to repeat. If you repeat presence, it deepens connection. If you repeat absence, it solidifies distance. Time doesn't create priorities, it reveals yours. For a long time, I believed regret came from big mistakes, impulsive decisions, obvious wrong turns. Today, I know the most painful regret is born from comfortable omission, the conversation you avoid, the apology you postpone, the hug you leave for later because you're too tired. It's these small choices, repeated over time, that build a life that may look organized on the outside, but feels empty within. The conclusion is simple and hard. Time does not wait for you to value what you have. It tests daily whether what you claim is important truly occupies space in your schedule. Love that receives no time weakens. A dream that receives no action dies. Health that receives no care charges high interest. Time simply confirms what you practice. When I look back, I don't just see mistakes. I see patterns. And it was by understanding those patterns that I realized the only way to respect time is to consciously decide where it will be invested. Because in the end, time is not something you own. It's something you allocate. And that allocation defines the story you will tell or the silences you will carry. I am 97 years old, and if I could sum everything up in a single sentence, it would be this: time doesn't destroy your life all at once. It simply confirms what you choose every single day. The mistake isn't growing old. The mistake is drifting through the years on autopilot, believing there will always be another chance to fix what you're postponing right now. Maybe you still have decades ahead of you. Maybe you have less than you think. The truth is, no one knows, but you know exactly what you've been pushing off. That conversation, that decision, that change that requires courage. Time won't make that decision for you, but it will turn your indecision into consequence. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that living well isn't about doing everything. It's about choosing what truly matters before the choice is made for you. So today, not tomorrow, decide what deserves your time. And if this reflection resonated with you, subscribe to the channel and share this video with someone who needs to hear it while there's still time.